off, pregame flame. Box score brain with the sideline slang. Film room vision from the couch, they coach, cool, take, hot stat, that's a crisp combo. Fourth and short, they going for it. Press break, full court, can you score it? From the barbershop chat to the big screen plot, they break it all down, every angle, every spot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still last. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the park, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run it all back. If you love that grind, you gon' feel this way. Turn it up, lock in with Frost and Zay. Overtime stories, buzzer beater nights. Trade rumors running through the timeline. Hype, draft daydreams. Who's the next one up? They wait every word like a trophy cup. Red zone reads. Who's clutch, who fall? Legends getting told like the banners in gold. From playing hope to the Super Bowl stage, they paint that picture page by page. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still stay. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the park, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run that show. If you ride for the game, you gon' feel this flame. Turn it up, tap in with Frost and Zay. New week, new smoke, what's next? What's next? High seat, bold take, no takes. No take. You can hear that grind in the breath they take. Every word, every pause, every point they make. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the beat hit first, but the facts still last. Frost on the mic, Zay talk that talk, from the chalk to the park, they calling every shot. Welcome to the Chris Logic Podcast, where the crowd get loud when they run it all back. If you live this sport, you gon' press play. Turn it up, ride out with Frost and Zay. Frost and Zay. Turn it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is good? What is good? What is good? Some of y'all probably as shocked as we are to see that, we here live on a different day of the week, not our usual like Sunday spot. You know what I'm talking about? But your boys are back in the building with I ain't gonna say a special edition episode, but more like a reloaded episode here, because we were supposed to have been doing our thing going Thursday night, but due to some minor technical difficulties, here we are. We are ready to rock and roll, but it is your boys. We are back at live full and in effect, sir. So we're going to get into it. You are officially live with Frost and Zay, and if you are live with Frost and Zay, that only can mean you back for another episode of the Chris Logic Podcast with your boys. Co-pilot, how you doing, my guy?
Doing good on this fine Sunday. You know, we had to spin it back. Technical difficulties Thursday, so we here now. So we're gonna have some fun, Still talk about what we were supposed to talk about last Thursday, and we still gonna have something for y'all this upcoming week. It will be a little bit off schedule as well, as I won't be available Thursday evening. But something will be with you guys this week for sure.
No doubt, we definitely should have updates on the exact time. We will be doing something on Thursday, but it'll be a little bit off schedule. So definitely want to make sure y'all are tapped in for that part. But we are here live with episode number 68 of the Chris Logic Podcast. This one is aptly titled Aftershocks, because we got some stuff that's happened here recently and some stuff that's happened historically that kind of just revolves around the same thing of aftershocks. And when we mention aftershocks, if you know your science, you know what happens after earthquakes. Usually it ain't done with just the big one. There's still some tremors and rumbles that happens after the fact. And in the case of our content today, events happen, and there's ripple effects and fallouts that come after that. Whether it's blockbuster trades, whether it's drama, whether it's pulling up on somebody at a neutral site over in regulating after some comments.
Sometimes you gotta put pause on people. Sometimes you gotta go a little bam bam.
No doubt. Sometimes you gotta put the pause on them and D. And tell them to put some respect on my name. Stop playing with me, Smokey. type
You must have told him that 83 wasn't real.
It was definitely that plus more, bro. To catch a 2-piece, catch a nice little shiner. Nah, that was Us filthy work at its best, man. But we definitely gonna discuss it. Those couple days over, we definitely gonna discuss it here. So, but again, buckle up, y'all. It's gonna be a good episode here, man. We here live on Sunday night here in our beautiful city of Columbus, Ohio. But we're gonna get right to it, man. So, first things first, Boston Celtics fans. I apologize in advance, but we gotta spin a block on a certain subject, man, because this Jaylen Brown business has not sat well with me at all. The more I keep thinking about it, the more I keep, just trying to process how it makes sense, man. It just doesn't. And all I can say is the Celtics, they pretty much operate like how the CMB did in New Jack City. It's business, never personal. Because if it was personal, this some bullshit. Straight up. Straight up, no matter where you slice it. So we're going to get back to the Boston Celtics in particular, but we are discussing off the rip the business model, whether they conduct smart business or if it's broken loyalty. The choice is yours. Chime in as we get ready to delve into these subjects here. So, but we're going to first kick it off here because obviously the biggest case study out that is obviously the Jaylen Brown trade situation. The real question here is, I'm going to throw this out to you here to get this going here. Was this just a too soon of a move for them to make, or what's this really about, man? Like, because again, the more I keep drilling it, the more I keep thinking about it, it just don't make sense. They could talk to me about the contract situation and all that. What is this shit really about, bro? Like, and the fact that they traded him to a rival in the division, they traded him right down the street to Philly. Like, what's this really about, bro? Talk to me.
I don't get what it's about in regards to trading him to Philly. I don't get the interdivision, not just interconference, interdivision. Basically, you can see him 4 times a year now. So I don't get that. Just in return for PG and draft capital, I would have got Etchcom back at minimum for it. If not Embiid, because you could, like, hey, Embiid ain't worked out either. That process is over. You would have got something back in return because they were missing the center. So, yeah, like I think he wanted his own team. I think he's tired of hearing the him and Tatum comparison. But you go to Philly, that's Embiid's house, so you still be second fiddle. So that doesn't change. Just the jersey number, not even jersey number, the jersey color, the stadium that you go dress into 42 nights or 41 nights a season, as long as you're healthy. The venue changed, but the story didn't change. The narrative isn't changing. You still are second fiddle, if not third, because Mexico had his hand on the ball more than you anyway. So you still maybe now relegate to being third, because I don't think Maxey just go roll over and relegate to being a third option willingly.
Not at all.
So it's a good situation, but especially if they get Braun, I don't know how they lose, but at the same time, it's only one basketball, so that's the issue.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But I think he wanted his own team, and Philly was like, "Yeah, we go trade you, we go get draft capital, but you still not going to see your own team, my boy." So I don't know. Like, I think because of the rumors came around that trade had to come, and he's voiced that he kind of wanted to be out anyway. He just signed the extension last year, so it can't be the contract talks. You got your paper, and you go to continue to get your paper. So yeah, it just had to be more disagreements with front office or coaching, or just not wanting to be second fiddle anymore. But you kind of knew that before signing the contract extension. So I don't know if he'll touch second team All Pro again in Philly, but just because it won't be asked of him because they have so much there. So as it's currently constructed, I think that's dead. So hey man, we'll see what happens.
Yo, no doubt, we're definitely gonna see what happens with this, man. And I'm in agreement, man. You got to get Edgecombe back. Paul George and picks, it ain't sitting right with my soul, man. No matter which way you spin it, no doubt. First, before I go further into that, chat, man, apologies. It looks like we're still having some minor difficulties here, so I got y'all's comments up. They won't be popping directly on the live, but I could definitely see everything that's going on with the Facebook stream and the YouTube stream. So apologies, I won't be able to like actively like pop y'all in, but I got eyes on it. Two different screens going here, so we're gonna power through and make it through. So,
Bro,
but nonetheless,
that's crazy because I didn't even notice. I was like, why ain't nothing in the chat?
hey man,
Chat not working.
shout out to our boys. You know the two of our most loyalists, man. Money and Ruli. Appreciate y'all. You know they showed their. I said, wait a minute, hold on. I see them on Facebook, but I don't see them in our live chat inbox. So, Riverside, man, shout out. You know they've been a blessing, but yeah, get this shit together, brother. We be paying these bills, man, and I don't like this lack of functionality I'm having right now, man. You know.
Count your effing days.
I would say that if there was a cheaper option at this time, but you know what I'm saying. I pay my 40, man. I expect my episodes, man, with no hiccups. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, man. Like the Jaylen Brown shit, it's just not sitting well with me, and this goes back even further from the trade because I mean, you got the Olympic shit. I know the bad PR shit that they try to throw out there as to why he was off the team and all that, but like it's just I'm adding all of it up. It's not making sense, Zay. Like, he held it down for a whole fucking season. For a whole season. Y'all came up short in the postseason. It happens. You know. He was an MVP candidate. You know, he was hooping. Balling his ass off, top. Did he make, what did he make?
Second team All NBA.
Second team All NBA. So he made second team All NBA. So effectively, he's a top 10 player. And outside of the Luka Doncic bullshit, I don't think I've ever seen more of an egregious move be done. Like, I understand kind of with them trying to trade for Giannis. Even then, I still don't like the package that was kind of floated out there.
I didn't like the him and 2 firsts for Giannis.
I just
that was like to me that was so disrespectful to Jalen. Like, and I've been on here and I think Tatum is better than Jalen, but Jalen and 2 firsts for Giannis, nah. If you'd have been like Jalen and maybe another asset, like not a draft capital, but like another player to go along with it.
Yeah.
Cool. Like we'll give you him and the center they was running with this year. I forget his name. Like Meta. Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's kind of almost a top 10 for a top 10 player, not a top 10 player and 2 firsts for another top 10 player that's over 30. So, yeah, I wasn't with that trade to Milwaukee. Even though Milwaukee, that's the trade I think Milwaukee should have made. Like Milwaukee, their best player is Tyler Herro, and I think that says a lot. So,
but they got a couple more pieces, to plug in, and they're not totally depleted. You got Khalil Ware and a few other guys.
Where's inconsistent?
Very much so.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah. Good luck playing him and Turner up front. 'Cause that's definitely gonna be an awkward look, But no, I mean we're focusing more so on this just Jaylen Brown shit, bro. Because it's reeking to me in that there's just Boston's just got a habit of operating this way, man. And it just ain't sitting well with me because this shit goes well beyond the Jaylen Brown shit. But before I go further into that, Money's chiming in saying he thinks it's came down to the coaching or the front office. It's definitely down to the front office. There's no dispute in that at all. He said, I think the media has something to do with it as well. Yeah, I mean that's part of it too because if you pay close attention to Jaylen Brown's social media outlets, he does a lot of like philanthropy work. He does a lot of like he's a unique content creator. Like some of the stuff I've seen on IG, with him, like the business ventures, the constant conversations about like things outside of sports altogether, and like really delving into like financial advice, like conversations about science. Like the brother is intelligent, but I hate the fact that you got the cowherds of the world out here talking about he's got this disease, talking about he thinks he's the smartest one in the room, and it eerily reminds me of that bullshit narrative they try to paint about Kyrie a couple of years back, with the whole like flat earth shit and him like the shit that they were trying to say about Kyrie, man, in which once you get past like the bullshit layers, you really get to understanding the thinking of some of these athletes, man. So it's reeking of that. It's reeking of like Boston, like not to throw the race card out there, but it's almost like you have to toe in line with not just playing basketball and being good enough. You better have a squeaky clean PR image outside of that. Because any talk of like militants or like any sort of like out of line nonsense, man, you know, if you ain't stepping in it's given like if you ain't stepping and fetching, man, you know, we ain't with the shits. You know, you got to go no matter how good you are. You know, it's really kind of giving that kind of vibe to me, and I really don't like that shit. Like the whole, you know, like God rest his soul, John Thompson was said it best. Like when athletes, you know, really start to show off like their true power in regards to like intelligence and like their ways of like being bigger than just beyond sports. Those owners and the other guys that are cutting the checks for you start to fear what you're capable of at that point. So it's giving all those vibes. Like there's just some underlying shit that ain't sitting well with the brass or ownership or whoever you want to call it. Because you can't just tell me you send out a guy that say top 10 NBA player who's just now really hitting his prime and we ain't even seen really his fully best game yet, and for that lack of a return, you know, like because everything that seems to be coming out of Jaylen Brown's camp is that he wasn't pushing for it, he wasn't like with it. It's just like they decided that's what they were going to do. They were going to find a way to unload him, you know, and that's that.
Yeah.
It's just not sitting well with me at all. Money's asking here, is the Milwaukee the all? He says is they the all who team right now?
They close
Yeah,
to it.
very close because I could only name a couple of guys that are notable. Man, I mean, I think they still got KPJ. You got Hero where Bobby Porter's kind of loaded in that deal.
They're under investigation for Gary Trent.
Yeah, which also was pretty crazy as well too. But you know, we're gonna get into that investigation talk. We got some shit to discuss as far as that goes here in a little bit because all of a sudden the NBA is policing all these damn contracts, and I think they starting to tighten that shit up now after this Kawhi Leonard shit, which we'll get into later, by the way. But nah, Zay, it's gotta be something else, man. But like this is shit. But this ain't the first time we've seen Boston make a controversial move to where they're saying it's all about business when we know it's bullshit or they're doing some smoke and mirrors behind that shit. Case in point. Let's move on to case because we know the results of the Jaylen Brown shit, right? We know all about that, right? The second one is let's go to the departure like behind Kyrie Irving. You know, some people try to say it was chemistry, you know, locker room issues, or what was it really about? He did promise that he was going to resign, so why else do you think Kyrie Irving chucked the deuces and said that I'm out? Like, was it because of the culture? Was it because of bullshit? Or did he really just want a fresh start to go to Brooklyn and play with KD and the crew?
I think it's a mixture of a couple things. Like he
Talk to
promised that he'll never leave Cleveland. He left Cleveland. He asked out of Cleveland. He promised that he was going to resign. He didn't resign. You know, that wasn't a Boston not offering him, and he walked away. He wanted to go to Brooklyn, so he went to Brooklyn. He wanted to team up with KD and then eventually James Harden. So that's a move that he wanted to make. So I'll leave that one there because I don't think it was a coaching issue. They featured him. They featured him day one. They rolled the ball out and said, "Kyrie, this is your show. Even though we got Tatum and Brown, this is your thing." So I think he also realized how hard it was to lead a top tier team
Yeah.
with young talent.
Yeah.
So, not saying that he can't do it, because I don't think that. Like Kyrie's one of the most talented players I've ever seen touch basketball. But
Definitely one of the most skilled, if not the most
yeah,
skilled. Like,
so
dude's skills off the charts.
so I'll leave it at that. With in regards to him, like I know some people feel some type of way, even with the other person that we go talk. I got my feelings on it.
Oh, you already know what's coming up next. Yeah.
But you know, Kyrie, it may have been a chemistry thing. Maybe he's seen writing on the wall that Tatum was go be that guy or Brown was go be that. But I think he would flourish with one of them beside him. But we'll never know. I really just think he wanted his own team. So
Yeah, I think that's definitely more so it, because I hate that the narrative kind of got painted around him a little bit falsely too, because they try to paint him out to be like a bit of like a toxic, presence and all that, which I don't think that was necessarily the case. You might have had an argument for that with that whole Brooklyn situation, but I think that's a reflective of how disorganized that franchise has been for going on way before like they landed there. You know what I mean? Switching up ownerships, the relocation, just they have always and will forever be secondhand behind the New York Knicks, especially after the Knicks winning their title as a franchise. There's no disputing that. However, with Kyrie, I think one part of it is he wanted to run his team, and obviously Boston's like, as a franchise, they're like, look, this is we are the brand. Nothing is bigger than the logo. Shit's gonna get down their way, or you're out of there, no matter what. Like, I think that's just kind of the standard that they've established. So with him wanting to do that, I mean, and really, if we're gonna keep it a buck, that situation in Cleveland kind of got taken out of his hands when LeBron got there. I mean, yeah, they got a couple of final strips and a chip together to show for, but that was originally Kyrie's team before LeBron chose to sign back there, and all the roster manipulation shit started happening. If we're gonna keep it a bean about that, so I definitely think you're on to something there with Kyrie's case in particular. He simply wanted to do things on his own terms and not be like at the behest of like being able to be moved around to wherever, based on whatever like teams are trying to do. Because obviously the team's gonna do whatever is best for them, unless you're Boston currently. Because I still hate the package they got back in return for Jaylen Brown, but there's that. But yeah, I think that one in particular, it more so is he wanted to control his own destiny. However, the next one, the guy that he was traded for in that big deal that sent him from Cleveland to Boston, and the other guy we're going to talk about is case study number 3 in particular. Now, everybody remembers IT4, and if you don't remember, little small guard out of the Northwest state of Washington, the younger version of Isaiah Thomas, not Zeke, but IT4 himself. This is the filthiest, like this story in particular is just one of the filthiest like things I've ever seen done to like a NBA player, bro. Like, we know he was basically on his way to being an MVP and getting ready to get a max contract. Like, dude was at that particular point in time top 10 argument for it. Then after
for
the
one season, yeah.
For one season. I mean, obviously we know like prior to that, no, but IT4 was hooping. He was balling his ass off that particular season, bro. Like, it was a prototypical like contract year. He's playing his ass off. Like, you had to get ready to pay that brother. Then all the shit happens. He lost his sister, the hip injury during the postseason run, and they ship him out literally right after all that. Like, dog. And obviously, it got exposed pretty quickly that his hip was not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that there was more damage in there than what they thought. So it's like, they thank you for your services, but you can't convince me otherwise that Boston did not know that there was some permanent damage to his hip before they made that trade for Kyrie. I mean, I think that was like their get out of jail free card before it looked like it was about to be an obvious train wreck of a situation, man. But your thoughts going back to how Boston clearly chose the franchise over a guy that they should have been paying instead. Shrewd move, or would you side with Boston in this particular situation?
I saw with Boston. He's 5'9". That wasn't. He's 5'9". That 28 a game wasn't ghost sustained. He had a hot 16, and that's fine. His hotness was more than a 2-week insanity, and that's fine. But if you have damaged goods and you know that they're damaged, but you can still put it in a pretty package and get something in return for it that's younger and shinier, I'm gonna fucking do it. That's a smart business move. And you get a more competent guard who you think is going to be the forefront for years to come, not just the next 2 years before he decides to bounce in free agency. So swapping him for a young Kyrie coming off a title, absolutely. I'd do it 10 out of 10 times. No hesitation.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why I dubbed this man the evil genius for that exact reason right there. Because, like, I was talking and talking about shit, but I just felt it in the back of my soul. I think that he's going to side with Boston.
Yeah, like
in that particular.
even if he wasn't healthy, even if he was healthy, I'm shipping him. If he didn't have the hip issue, I'm shipping him.
Damn, bro. Like, even if he was healthy, you still ship him out?
I'm shipping him for Kyrie.
That's
10 out of 10 times, bro.
Brother.
10 out of 10 times, bro.
Even at the risk of ruining the team chemistry and,
Okay, what did that team chemistry do for them the year he averaged 28? What'd they do?
I mean, they lost. I mean, they lost to the Cavs,
Right.
if I remember correctly.
Okay. So
Is
I know I can't beat
the fact
this.
that he
I
was
know
that
I
bad of a
can't.
defensive liability, bro.
He's the ultimate liability. He's 5'9". He's 5'9" when the average guard is 6'3". Like the average guard is 6'3". The average point guard at this time is 6'3". He's 5'9". Like yeah, he could score.
Buckets.
Like he was never going to turn into Brunson.
No, he wasn't strong enough for all that.
That's what I'm saying. So that shit wasn't going to sustain, like long term. Like yeah, he very talented, but he's 5'9". Like
no love for the Short Kings, bro.
like I rock with Nate. Like
Nate
it's cool,
Nate was cut different though.
But Nate is really a football player playing basketball. Like.
And they can jump out the fucking gym, bro. Like,
woo,
Nate Robb was cut different, bro. Athletically speaking,
yeah, like uber talented, but
like boy got up to block Yao Ming at the rim, dog. Like I ain't never seen no shit like that ever in my life.
And you never will again. Like, not a 5'9" blocking Yao Ming. No. Like, not a 5'9" blocking Wemby. No. Like,
right.
So,
like, no.
So no, it's not gonna happen. And like I was just never big on Isaiah as a starter. Like in the midst of it.
Damn, bro. He cooked, Jay. He was fried, bro.
He did. He averaged 28 in the NBA. Yes, obviously he was cooking.
You started
obviously, I'm not negating that.
You started to make it seem like he should have been a permanent 6-man for somebody.
That's really what he was. Besides his 2 seasons in Boston, did he come off the bench and sack? Yes. Did he come off the bench and sack? Yes. Did he come off the bench in Cleveland for George Hill? Yes.
He played for Phoenix too for a hot second period. I think he was with Phoenix before he went to And he was in a log jam out there in Phoenix though. Shit, they didn't know what the hell they wanted to do between him and I think it was him, Dragic, and Bledsoe. I think they were fighting for minutes, or Brandon Knight, something like that.
Dragic preferred the nigga to get dunked on over him. Got baptized.
Oh my god! Like I know we're going on here, but here we go going off subject real quick. But I don't know if there's anybody that took more massive L's that wasn't a big man more than Brandon Knight, bro. Like between the Kyrie fucking like stasis that he got put in the Rising Star Challenge, then the ultimate burial at the rim by DeAndre Jordan, which, goddamn.
He got stuck in. Depending on how you look at it, right place, wrong time, wrong time, wrong time. Like wrong place, wrong time. Like depending on how you want to look at it, either right place, wrong time, or wrong place, wrong time. Like I just don't know why he jumped. I don't know why he I don't know what possessed him to jump. Like he blindly jumped, and. Like, if I'm chasing you down and I see you lob that up, obviously you're lobbing it for a reason. I'm just continuing to run out with you. I'm not stopping and trying to. What am I going to contest at that point, bro? What am I contesting, bro? You asked to be put on that.
Oh, God. Like, you know what made that even worse, man? So, in the age of, like, social media and, like, shit getting, like, immortalized, nothing was better than watching that clip with one of them Jim Ross good old JR calls from like the WWE over that in the process. Like that's what made it even worse. Like, oh God, like that was I don't even know if baptism is the world. That was more like a crucifixion, bro. Like, and I hate to say that on a Sunday, but that was more like a crucifixion at the damn rim, bro. Like, shit. Like literally dead on arrival. Like, why the hell did you jump? Why did you think you even had a chance to stop that man at the rim? Like, you giving up damn near a whole foot to that dude. But yeah, no. But getting back to IT4, man, I hear you. Like, if you got a chance to go get a Kyrie Irving, I get that. But bro, it's just such a bad fucking look, though, man. Like, just no loyalty, man. You know that boy was supposed to get that clean 153 milli for 5 or 6 years, man. We know that should have been his bag, bro.
Very possible.
Oh, it should have happened. Like,
shit happens. Like, that's all you really can say. Shit happens. So
cold blooded.
Like, I feel, yeah, like shit happens, bro. Like, that's all I can say.
That
shit happens, bro.
That shit just tough shit, huh?
Shit happens, bro.
Oh, tough shit. Okay, I got you. I ain't gonna say that's fair, but I see where you're coming from.
It's not. I don't think it's about being fair or unfair. Honestly, like shit just happens, bro. Like,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So with that being said, shit happens. Case study number 4 with Boston. And if y'all ain't been keeping up, man, we're talking about how Boston conducts business and like they're always about the logo and the business versus taking care of like the players and then showing any loyalty or whatnot. But the next case study, NBA champion, that left to defect, which I say was justifiably so. Case study number 4, Walter Ray Allen, the departure, the contract disputes, the benching, the beef, betrayal, or was disrespect, or was this just considered disrespect to a key contributor? So obviously we know the situation. Ray felt that he was being insulted with them considering to push him to come off the bench in favor of Avery Bradley out of all people. Like, the fuck. But the Ray Allen situation, man, your take on how you felt as far as, was this justified for them like asking them to come off the bench in favor of Avery fucking Bradley? And, you know, was his betrayal justified by signing with the Heat in place?
Yeah, because they wanted more defense. So they wanted to add more defense to what they had. So Avery Bradley was at that point a defensive fucking menace.
But to start over Ray Allen, bro.
Okay, did he go to Miami and come off the bench?
He did, but this is also behind D Wade versus.
I don't care.
This is behind Dwayne Wade versus Avery Bradley.
This is an aging D Wade, who is not the same as him. He's not the Flash anymore.
You're not
at this point.
You're not at that point in time. You're not asking Dwayne Wade to come off the bench, though.
I don't care. And how old was Ray Allen?
He was old. I mean, let's not get that. Yeah, but like,
so no, like sometimes it's a changing of the guard. He's not the defender he once was. He's not giving you 25 a night anymore. He's not being asked to give you 25 a night. So
that wasn't his role.
If we need more defense and bring your offense in spurts and give you the offense, yes. He was just asked to be relegated to being a jump shooter, a spot up shooter, and come off the bench in Miami, and he did it, and that's fine. That's his prerogative. If he feels he doesn't want to do it for with Avery Bradley, that's fine. That's his prerogative. But he still came off the bench. At the end of the day, he left a situation where they asked him to come off the bench to leave to go to a situation where he came off the bench. If it was really people that wanted him to start, maybe he would have went there. I don't think that was the case. No one was asking Ray to be a starter anymore. So if you want to go because of your ego, like, I'm going to go be behind another future Hall of Famer, fine. That's perfectly fine. But they asked two teams actually do the exact same shit, and you didn't want to do it with Boston, but you're like, I'll do it because of D-Wade. Fine. It's perfectly fine. Sometimes you got to understand that the times change, you get older. Everybody can't be fucking Bron and continue to defeat Mother Time or Father Time. Like, it just doesn't fucking happen.
Whether it is Mother Time in his particular case, bro, because the laws of Father Time don't apply to LeBron James Sr.
Yeah, so it's just like, it is what it is. Like, you could say it's disrespect, but hell, KG came off the bench at the end of his career too.
Nah, that's different, man.
Paul Pierce came off the bench with his last year with Washington too.
They were washed at that point. Ray wasn't necessarily washed.
Ray was washed to Ray's standard. Yes, he was washed.
Nah, man, I know.
Vince Carter came off the bench more than half of his career if you being frank.
That's
So
because he lost the best thing that was his game. He lost his
hey,
athleticism.
hey, and Ray was up there in age, and that athleticism that he did have was gone, and all you can do now is shoot. Yeah, he wouldn't have got another ring, but
He
hey,
was doing more than that, man. I
he
refuse to
wasn't.
believe that shit. Ray was still solid, bro, at that point
Yeah,
in
he's a
time,
great
man.
shooter, and he hit a
Yeah,
big fucking shot for Miami
he
and
sure
helped
did.
win the championship. Coming off the bench,
Huh? Yeah.
that's simple. Like I said, if you want to side with the ego of it, I don't want to come off the bench behind Avery Bradley. That's perfectly fine. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's wrong thinking, but you did the same shit to come off the bench behind D Wade.
That's a
Okay,
different story.
it's not a different story. They both asked you to do it for the betterment of a team to try and win the championship. That was the
But
whole
he
purpose of it.
but
That's the whole purpose.
he knew his chances was better in Miami to win that next championship after the disrespect by the team, the franchise.
You don't know if your chances is better.
And Doc Rivers no adjustments making ass.
You don't know if the chances were better. You made them better by adding a lethal shooter to the big three. Like, but you being in Boston, you don't know.
I don't know, man. Like I no. I get it. Like I mean, I get it. There's certain situations where like it's obvious. Like you might have to ask a guy to come off the bench for the betterment of the team. I just don't think that particular situation in Boston warranted that. Now, say if you want to talk about Andre Iguodala in Golden State, you know what I mean. When he got there, and clearly the young guns were like putting up the better numbers. You felt for the betterment of the team, and because he was a much better offensive option, start Harrison Barnes ahead of him to maintain offensive firepower. Cool, I ain't got no problem with that one in particular. But Avery Bradley, bro, Avery fucking Bradley. That just ain't sitting right with my soul, man. Because we don't even know if he was really a combo guard, like a two guard, or like even like a point guard. I don't know, man. And I get trying to go the whole defense route, but I don't know, bro. You limit at least, and now granted, this wasn't like the 3-point shooting era of like when the Warriors wanted to like taking over and like skyrocketing what the hell they were doing, but like this was still an era where you needed at least like two knockdown shooters on the floor from the 3-point standpoint, and I just didn't see that out of Avery Bradley. I mean, I know his defense was top notch. He was like their next version of Tony Allen once Tony Allen moved on from Boston, but I don't know that Ray Allen shit don't sit right with me either, man. Boston just seems to have a running theme of disrespecting their guys, man, and just choosing the logo like too strongly over like what's right by the players, man. And maybe I'm just too much like in awe of like what other franchises did for their guys like once they started to wind down, like like how the Lakers, like even though the whole roster situation had deteriorated by the time Kobe Bryant was like finally starting to slow down in his career. But there wasn't no talks about benching Kobe Bean Bryant. They let him go out on his shield, farewell tour, jack up all the damn threes he want, no matter how competitive they were. And I guess I just kind of feel that a guy like Ray deserves that kind of treatment while they're still like competing in that situation. You know what I mean? So
I'm just saying, Ray's last year there he averaged 14. That year,
yeah.
that
You talking about
year,
in Boston?
yeah, his last year in Boston he averaged 14.
Yeah.
Yes, Avery Bradley averaged 8, but he also shot the three ball more efficiently that year, higher percentage. So they looking at the trajectory, like, okay, he's shooting more consistently. He's a better defender. We need that in the lineup more. So if that's what they wanted to go, that's perfectly fine.
Ugh.
And that's what they did. And they asked him to come off the bench and substitute. Like, everybody thinks that just because you come off the bench means that you're not going to fucking play. Ray was still going to be a 26 to 28 minute a night guy in Boston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then he left and go to Miami to be a 16 to 18 minute guy and average 10 points.
Hey, if you get paid the same amount for less work.
So,
But I don't know, man. That shit just don't sit right with me, bro.
yeah,
I
you're saying
get
it just
it.
because it's Avery Bradley. Like, if it would have been someone like going into his third year, someone like who Boston traded in Joe Johnson, right?
Okay.
who didn't flourish
In
until after he
Boston.
left Boston.
Right.
But they would have seen the writing on the wall and be like, all right, we want him to start because we see it. The
Yeah.
work that he's put in and day out.
Yep.
Now you would look at it and would be like, well, it is ISO Joe, even though ISO only averaged 3 points a game in Boston. Like,
Yeah,
you
we
get
didn't
that.
know. We didn't know what ISO was going to be at that particular point in time, though.
Right, but like if you would have seen that, they would. I'm just saying, like comparing to, if they
Yeah.
seen the work, like he could be ISO. Like, granted, he's not 6'7" like Joe, but
6'7", 240 with a butter smooth offensive game.
but he was a lockdown defender. He was that year. That year he finished, I think, top 10 in defensive player of the year voting coming off the bench.
Which is crazy, but
You know what I'm saying? Like he was like that on the defensive side. So I don't know. As a guard, 6'3" guard. So
that's my point,
menace.
bro. I'm like, you just sacrificing an awful lot, man, for like defensive like intensity, man. Like Rondo wasn't that big of a guard, even though he was holding it down defensively and also couldn't shoot, but the boy was one hell of a distributor. And at that point in time, he was like still like next level athletic at that point in time. But yeah, man, I don't know. The race shit don't sit right with me, man. But I'm curious to get your take about this final one because this one goes a little bit past like active players. This really goes into a guy that, in most cases, I know a lot of Celtics fans everybody knows who Larry Bird is, right? But the question when it comes to Larry Bird is, and it just dawned on me as I was like putting this outline together. I'm like, why haven't we seen Larry Bird at like no team reunions, no events, no special gatherings? None of that. And it's not like he's working in day-to-day operations for anybody. I mean, I know he's like kind of like in a consultant role for the Pacers, but not like actively, day-to-day operations, like reporting daily. He's not a team president, not a scout or anything like that. Kind of like one of those emeritus advisor roles. But why didn't Larry Bird, why is he not in that role for Boston? I mean, he was the Boston Celtics at one point in time, right? Like, when you thought of the Celtics in the 80s, you thought about the Birdman, So my final case study is here. Larry Brown, in his post-playing days, he took over as a special advisor to them where he was like in charge of making certain like personnel decisions and players' decisions. But yet again, Boston seems to not care about their guys, no matter how much they've done for them. Whether it's winning titles, playing well past their prime, fighting through back injuries, and the whole nine. And apparently, according to some sources I kind of referenced, I hear that part of the reason why he did not become a head coach in Boston, because obviously Boston went through a very nasty phase where things were like bleak and dark during the 90s. Like shit, outside of Rick Pitino and all the talent that they went through, the 90s was quite forgettable for Celtics fans. All the signal was the end of the Bird, Parrish, McHale era, and then just pure darkness, unless you were an Antoine Walker fan. The shimmy in the shoulders and shit. But my whole thing with that is, I'm like, bro, this is a guy that he was the face of the franchise. He was the guy. How the hell do you not find a way to keep him in house, even as an executive, in those final days? But apparently, he didn't want them to trade away Sherman Douglas, who was like one of his guys that he was banking on. Boston did it anyway, and thus that causes the breakup between them. He goes on to coach the Celtics, or not coach the Celtics. He goes back to obviously his home state, because we all know outside of the Celtics, there's only one other place in America that when you think of Larry Bird, this area pops up, and that's the state of Indiana. Whether it's for, well, not so much the Hoosiers, we know how that all panned out, but Indiana State and the Pacers, as a coach now as an executive for them. But your thoughts on, and I know I'm probably like more of like the historian piece with this, but your thoughts on how that works out? Like, how the hell do you not find a way to bring Larry Bird into the fold? I mean, you gave Danny Ainge a shot at like running the team, much later on at that point in time. But how do you not make it work with the Birdman out of all people? But you give that power to Danny Ainge. Make that shit make sense.
Well, I think those are two completely separate situations in entirety. I don't think they're comparable at all. But if you want to say that, because I don't know much about it, but if you're telling me that an aging superstar who's on the backside, I don't want you to trade this asset, and we don't agree with that not happening. We do what's best for the team. Like you don't even another parallel. Kobe shouldn't have got the money he got at the end of his career. That was a thank you contract, but
Yeah,
he shouldn't have got it.
yeah,
It crippled that Lakers roster.
it did.
It hurt it. So there's reasons like that why you don't do that shit. Like once you are over the hill, and the days of you being the centerpiece of a championship, you no longer get to be the GM, my nigga. Like that day is done. It's done, bro. So no, like, and if that tarnished a relationship, so be it. And you went and you became a head coach with the Pacers, and then you became an executive with them, and now you're in an advisory role. That's perfectly fine. You had a great playing career. You played your whole career in Boston. You won championships. You won a couple MVPs. Just because they didn't give you your way doesn't mean they did wrong by you. That's called ego. Doesn't mean that's ego. That's called ego, and he has a right to have an ego. So that's what you want to do. That's perfectly fucking fine. But no, I don't think Boston did wrong by him by trading away someone he wanted at the end of his career. Like if that's the case, why ain't Giannis his brother in fucking Miami? You get what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure Giannis wanted his brother.
Well,
Okay.
hold on. That we gonna wait to see because they just got cut by the Bucks here recently. Both of them did. So we're gonna see if they want to.
They'll both be in the Euro League. Congratulations. So
damn, Zay. No shot at making no roster in the league.
they got a shot because it's their brother, but like they should have been included in the package.
Well, Pat Riley wasn't picking them up in no damn trade package.
I don't know what at this point because he went and got him and paired him with Bam. Like that shit made sense. We got a killer now, guys. Fuck you, Pat.
Pat's got to get his white well, brother. You know how he rolled, man. The Godfather has to win one way or another.
Would you want Bam to shoot more?
Exactly.
Like from the three, you want him to shoot more? You took away your shooter. You took away the person that spread the floor.
Well, shit, you
In
took
that
away both of
situation.
them squad as kept because when you shipped out Herro and brought in Giannis, that effectively killed any chances of you bringing Norman Powell back. Seeing that it was time to pay him, and he wasn't taking no damn discount. That brother earned every right to be getting him a nice little dilly. Best wishes to him in Chicago, if I remember correctly, right?
I don't know what the fuck Chicago doing. Respectfully. Because what is Norman? 32?
Yep.
I'm not paying you 25 either. I'm not.
Damn, bruh. No love for the old heads, huh?
I'm not on that team, bro. Like y'all young. Like,
But
y'all
where's the
gotta
money
embrace
gonna
it.
go?
Somewhere. People that can hone in what I got there. Like, oh boy, looking like he gonna be a problem and he gonna contend for that Rookie of the Year, Caleb Wilson. As I said,
boy,
Caleb killed in the summer league.
Hey,
I was saying it the entire time. I'm like, it's more than just them two at the top. I said it was more than just them two at the top.
You did. But all I'm gonna say is this. And my one thing I kept saying about Caleb was, I gotta see it coming off the injuries. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to let you know that I have zero concerns about that brother after watching what I saw in Summer League. He is 100% and ready to go and is ready to do damage. This will definitely be a 3 to 4 man race for Rookie of the Year, and he might be the one that
It low key still maybe a 4-man race if Acuff is a day one starter in Sac. Like Acuff did this thing too.
Which no reason why he shouldn't be a day one starter.
But that's the thing though. Like even Boozer didn't do bad, but I just don't think Boozer will be enough to be in that talks of being Rookie of the Year. He'll be a first team All NBA, not All NBA, first team All Rookie. Yeah. Like I think those 5 are gonna be your first team All Rookies.
Oh,
those 5 as it stands. Like because outside of injury, I don't know how. Definitely those first 4 don't kill this year.
Whew.
I don't know. I don't know how they all 4 don't kill. I mean, like I could easily see all 4 of them averaging at minimum 17 year one.
Easily.
And I think AJ damn near got potential to average 25. they like
if they find a way that, you know, especially not wishing on nobody's downfall, but if one of their other two stars go down and get hurt, the
yeah,
green light's on.
and I'm speaking just of a capability. Like when you
Right.
watch him play, he plays the NBA game already. He knows how to get to his shot, use his body. Like AJ is aged above his years. Getting off subject, but yeah,
Nah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
but yeah, like so. But hey, betterment of the team. That's what I'm saying with Larry Bird. So if it ain't doing that, if you want to use your ego, it's perfectly fine. Like he's one player that earned the right to have an ego and feel whatever way he wants. And it is what it is. Everybody don't have happy endings with their like. When's the last time Jordan was back in Chicago?
Point, because they did have the ring ceremony and we didn't see him there, but Mike is still beloved, and you know what I mean, you'll see
That's
him
the difference of being
periodically.
Bird is beloved, Bird is still beloved in Boston.
But we ain't seen Bird in no gangrene, nothing, bro. We've seen Mike here and there, you know, with the Bulls and like doing stuff and all that, you know, but like we ain't seen nothing out of the Bird man. And then to Mike's defense, he was an owner until he finally sold his stock. So I mean, legally he couldn't like be up there in Chicago all like that, but you know, he was still participating, had, you know, whether it's by video tributes and all that, you know. But yeah, man, we ain't seen Bird like do a damn thing. You find me a clip of Larry Bird, you know, doing anything relevant to the ball and like in reference to the Boston Celtics since like the '90s, man, I'd be surprised to see any film footage for sure, you know. But I think after this, because I did not expect our views on these situations to go this route, man. But it sounds like you are the company guy line, my guy.
No, like I'm not the company guy, but
yeah,
when it makes sense, it makes sense. Like,
you
know, Bird past his prime. Like you no longer get say. Like you are not a key reason to why we are championship contenders anymore. Like we have to start building for the future, and if that means by moving this asset to start building for that, then that's what it has to be. Yeah, like it's unfortunate that Isaiah didn't get his money, but if it means I don't pay him, I get Kyrie, I'm doing it every fucking time. Like I can flip 5'9" Isaiah into Kyrie, I'm doing it.
But hold on. Okay, so real fast, humor me this. Take Kyrie straight out the situation. Do you pay Isaiah Thomas based off of that season? And
Me?
like there's
No.
no trade. Of course not.
Me? No.
It's a cold world out there, Jay. Cold world.
Did he deserve it? Yeah. He averaged 28. He averaged 20 before. Like, yeah. He was All-Star the year before. Followed up with another increasing it 28 points a game. Yeah, he killed. He absolutely killed. I never thought it was sustainable. And, you know, you can say, like, if he didn't get hurt, could it have been? Very well. He got hurt, I think, in the playoffs. And, you know, it is what it is. Like, but, nah, like, I told you, I'm a proponent of bigger guards. Like, the 6'6" guards weren't really a thing back then. The 6'6" points. But, yeah, like, not at 5'9" has never been, like, a thing where we're, like, sustained success in the NBA level. Ever. So, they was going to figure it out eventually.
I'd say pay that man, bro. Like that dude gave you everything he had to his ability, man. You gotta pay that dude. You know, Kyrie trade aside.
So why didn't the next team pay him?
Well, obviously we know why, because he went out there on the court and that hip was damaged. We know why. He was not healthy. He was clearly not the same player, man. But and I fault the Celtics for that, for misdiagnosing the damn injury, giving him hope that he could go out there and play. You know, sometimes the franchise got to protect the player from himself, but this was a situation where the franchise failed that player in hopes of their own selfish ambitions. You know, I get it, business never personal, man, but that's a hard pill to swallow. You and just let that go. It shit'll never sit right with me, man. Slime bags for that.
So let's say they do pay him, and he never has that production again. Then what?
We've seen that happen plenty of times. Guys get cashed out and never put up those same numbers again. But like,
Right. So
why is he?
so
But why does he have to be the exclusion in that situation? Strictly because of his height and his ability, not the defensive liability.
yeah,
The
but
guy was a major part of your success.
if we've seen it before, so we know that it can happen. And
Hmm.
let's just say like we don't feel that he's going to be himself off the injury. Why would I pay him just because he what he did last year?
We've seen more egregious things, man. I mean, we've seen the John Walls and the Bradley Bills get they dough, and clearly being, I don't know, man. There's probably the worst shit timing situation out of anything possible, but I'm not absolving them of like moving on, knowing that he was damaged goods. You know what I'm saying? And whatever exceptions they got, like for him, like for a physical not to be failed, and for that shit to go through, it just don't sit right with me, bro. It just don't. It just don't sit right. That's a culture thing with Boston, but hey, so it works for some people, and I hate as much as I fucking hate to say this. It translates into success. I mean, they've remained consistently in contention. They haven't like trailed off and been a dumpster fire of a franchise. Conducting shrewd business. I guess it leads to championships. That's definitely the culture. And speaking of culture, we're going to move right into segment number 2 because if there's one team that knows a thing about culture, it is the Miami Heat. And speaking of culture, we got to talk about. Oh, my bad. Hold on, fellas. I see in the chat, buddy says screw. Talk about a blast from the past. Boy says screw Rodney Stuckey. Paid him all that bread and ain't doing anything. Rodney Stuckey. I ain't heard that name in a minute, boy. And then Bruley goes, at this point in John Wall, he would have been good if he didn't have all those injuries.
So
Yeah, man.
so why are you disappointed in him if you know he had injuries? Like that doesn't even make sense. Like that's like saying I'm disappointed in Penny because he fucked his knee up. Like shit happens, bro. Like and I'm a Penny guy. Like I was a Penny guy before a Kobe guy. So I'm not gonna be disappointed in you because you got hurt. It's not like so. Like it's a difference between like you getting the money and you just like turning into the fucking Ben Simmons and losing your fucking mind and being trash. Like that's different. That's different. That's different. Like yeah, you can be pissed at him, but like not Penny. Like
Ben
not
Simmons.
John.
Woo! Yeah.
So
But allegedly Ben was hurt, bro. Or did he buy that?
he was mentally hurt. Yeah,
Yeah.
psyche. And he's now trying to come back.
We'll talk about that on another day.
So
Yeah. And of course, he's targeting Miami out of all places. I would love to see them try 3 bigs out there that can't shoot.
hey, look.
Oh, careful.
Don't piss me off because I fuck with John Wall. To call him a bust is fucking crazy.
Ooh, I
Like
just
to call
saw that.
John Wall a bust is fucking crazy.
Ooh.
Like
Nah, really, we ain't doing that, bro. John Wall a bust? That's crazy work.
like
Nah, bro. Pump the brakes, fella. Put the Rolo down, big fella. Because
like that's fucking asinine, bro.
Anthony Bennett bust. Kwame Brown bust. Michael Olowokandi bust. Sam Bowie bust.
I can't call Sam Boo because his was hurt too. He never really played.
He never really played, but
So that's the reason I never label Oten a bust. They never played because when Oten played, he was very productive.
was
He just
effective,
couldn't.
yeah.
He just couldn't stay healthy. So when you have injuries, I won't call you a bust because of injury. It has to be off of your production and you being healthy. Like what's his name?
Anthony
Williams from Arizona that went to number 2.
Derrick Williams,
Yeah, Derrick Williams, bust.
Woo,
He's a bust.
shit.
He's a bust. Like
The Rudy moment.
like John Wall a bust is crazy.
That's a reach, bro. Like I get it. He didn't
Darko
fully live
Milicic
up-
bust.
Here we go with this shit about Darko. Darko got hurt too, bro. Like people forget that shit.
Yeah, and
He got hurt in garbage time,
he
but
still played what 10 years in the NBA.
he did.
So I can call him a bust.
Nah, man.
After the injury, he
too.
still played 10
Nah,
years,
man.
and he only did it because he was 7 feet tall.
That's it. But nah, man. Darko got hurt, bro. Like Darko was supposed to be way better. His ass got hurt filling in for garbage time for them damn Pistons of money. Don't get me started. Ooh, Jahlil Okafor. Woo, shit. Yeah.
Jaleel is a bust, but it's a bust because his game was not predicated towards his. The NBA was not predicated to what his game was. He was a back to the basket center. It didn't work in.
That played was arguably one of the most egregious, defensively sound big men's ever. Like Buddy played. You thought James Harden's defense was bad? Ho! Go watch some Jahlil Okafor highlights on the defensive end, brother. Woo, shit, that shit was bad. But yeah, that was an interesting draft class, man. We'll have to go back and talk about that one headline by Karl Anthony Towns one of these days. But getting back on subject here, folks, man. I appreciate y'all giving us the. Here you gonna talk about someone's got to stir the pot up. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Getting back on subject here, we gotta talk about some Heat culture. Cause yeah, as much as we talk about how it's all harmony, it's all heart. You know, the Heat culture is the culture. Pat Riley runs the tight ship. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. Well, apparently some people were not happy campers with the way shit was being ran. Case in point, if you not have had time to pay attention to media here recently, we had a little bit of a dust up out there at the NBA Summer League camp here. And if you were not paying attention, there was I can't even say alleged because I think the black eye or the little shiner we saw underneath Tyler Herro's eye confirms that there was an altercation between him and Bam Adebayo inside the NBA Summer League there at the hotel that was being conducted there with joint practices going on. And apparently, according to reports, it was on site when Bam saw Tyler Herro. But this is apparently stemming from a litany of things that were kind of floated around there in social media. Obviously, after the trade that sent Tyler Herro back to the Milwaukee Bucks with several players and picks in exchange for Bam's new teammate Giannis Antetokounmpo. Allegedly, there was a social media post that was linked in which Tyler Herro questioned whether Bam Adebayo's $60 million annual salary was worth the production and return on investment. Apparently, the 8 3 points was not enough, as they say. This obviously came up conveniently right after the trade went down, and Bam said it was pretty much on site. But Zay, your thoughts on how this all unfolded here, and does this highlight a bigger problem that might be with the Miami Heat franchise right now? Now that Bam's the guy down there.
I wouldn't say it's Heat culture anymore because Herro is no longer a Heat.
Yeah.
Do I think he's wrong in his statements about Bam? No. He has not proved to be a $60 million a night guy, $60 million a year guy. To me, he hasn't proven that. What all pro does he have?
Mike says it's on site.
He averages what? Did he average 20 this year? He may have just got over 20 this year.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's not a $60 million a night, but if that's what the market will dictate you getting, then so be it. Go get your money.
This is probably one of his best years statistically. Average basically gave you 20, 10, 3, and 1 steal.
How much a game? 21?
20.1, basically 20 a game. Gave you 20 and 10.
So I'm like, to me, that doesn't average. That doesn't mean 60 million. But at the same time, Reeves just got 40-something million a year, and I hate that. So, like, go get y'all's money. Tyler better go get paid too, more than he deserves.
Hey man, you got to embrace the Snowtime Lakers, man. Snowtime Lakers is going to be a beautiful thing to see.
No, that's not. Luka go put on a show, but that's about it. Luka and no defense. But and a first round exit. That's what's coming to LA. So
Goddamn.
yeah, it's gonna be ugly. The West is so tough.
Yeah.
And we ain't got Hachimura no more.
Mm.
But yeah, like I wouldn't say it's a heat culture thing. I think two more than one thing could be true. I do think I don't think he's worth 60 million, but that's what the market dictated him to get. So go get it. So it had to be something else that was also said for it to be like on site. Like a back and forth between them had to have happened.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can see Tyler Hero being that guy that you just don't like. Like he can I just look at him and see that. So I think that could have also been like, you know what? I ain't never really liked you, nigga. Like
Hopefully he leaves the ninja part off,
Like-
for his sake. But
nah, I mean I'm talking about like coming from Bam.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
Bam
for sure.
struck him like, I ain't never really like you. So
you saying he gave him the Nino Brown treatment? I never liked you anyway, you pretty motherfucker.
basically, like always in the music videos, got a song named after you. I ain't like your ass no way. Like
It might have been some beef there, man, because like the one thing I will say is this: I hate social media now, and that shit can get leaked, man. Because all it takes is one dispute with somebody that you might have confided in them to, like, vent some frustrations or whatnot, and as soon as that shit goes sideways, we get leaks, and we get leaks at the best time possible here. So, having said all of that, I really like Bam Adebayo, bro. I mess with Bam. I think he's a dope player, bro. He's a good superstar. He's a good guy that, represents a lot of the things that's right in the NBA. However, I reluctantly have to concur with your assessment by him not being worth $60 million. Just, there's a lot of guys that you can go out there potentially, depending on how your team is structured, and get that kind of production. That's what I'm gonna say. Now, can you get that consistently out of a 6'8", 6'9" center? That remains to be seen, because we've seen a lot of guys with that same kind of build struggle. But Bam seems to get it done. This is hard, bro. And I firmly believe that there's definitely more to it than what's being reported, because I think if there was any sort of rift between them, and I think if there was, I think it's because of the fact that Tyler Herro was there. They were teammates for about 7 years together, so they were teammates together. Yeah, both played for Kentucky, during the Coach Cal era, if I remember correctly. I don't know if they were overlapped as teammates at all, but both played for Coach Cal, and you got the situation here where Bam can do no wrong. He's being obviously when Jimmy Butler was there, it was Jimmy Butler's team, but everybody knew that Bam was like their guy. Like, they weren't going to move on from Bam. Bam was viewed as an untouchable for them. But whose name was constantly floated in trade rumors, like damn near from his rookie season? Tyler. And if you going out there dropping bombs, shooting, doing your thing, performing, not necessarily like at all-star level, but like fringe all-star level, like at star but not all-star level, and your name keep getting thrown up in comments, and your team struggling, and you watching the guy go out here and give up one of the most inefficient 70-plus outpoint, 80-plus outpoint games in the history of basketball, I might be feeling some type of way too. Just saying. You're going out there, you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're saying all the right things, you're doing your thing, but yet, your name's getting floated around in trade rumors and somebody else ain't as well. He's viewed as an untouchable. So
but I think he's the more easily movable piece though.
He is clearly.
Like, you can always market and package a shooter. Like, even though he's not like knocked down, I think he averages about 38% from three. He's not a great defender. He's a secondary ball handler. So yeah, you can package it. Like, hell, I even said he should be. he was someone that Detroit should have been looking at because I think he would complement Cade well. But yeah, like, but is he better than Bam? No, Bam is better than him. And if I got to pay somebody between them two, I'm paying him 10 out of 10 times. There's no question.
Yeah.
So,
Especially if you're talking like from the durability standpoint, because Tyler has also missed quite a few games in his career too. Like I don't even see one. I only see one season so far where he was been north of 70 games. Everything else has been like 67 and under, with 33 being the most like recent example. Coming off of last year. So I mean, yeah, you know. But I can understand him feeling some type of way, man. Another guy getting all the, adoration, and you supposed to be a guy that's supposed to be a piece of the puzzle, but your name's constantly floating around in trade rumors. I mean, guys got a right to feel some type of way about constantly not feeling valued and feeling appreciated enough. But I just hate the fact that this shit got leaked, bro. Like that ain't sitting right with me. It's almost like who's to say if that does happen, if that message in particular doesn't get leaked? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that happens without that getting leaked. Would it might have been some cold shoulder shit, cool, but with whatever else might have been underlying that leaked message, clearly set everything off. And like you said, it got to the point where Bam Mills was on site, like no matter what. But obviously, my question here, because again, we're talking a little bit more about Heat culture here. With the tea kind of being spilled by Tyler Herro, because a part of that message there was some things saying that he wasn't the only one that felt that way. Can the Miami Heat move forward effectively, knowing that this is out in the air and there could be some guys that are still on the roster that might be sharing that kind of feeling as well too? I mean, obviously you got a new guy coming in Giannis, and this could mess around and be Giannis' team. We don't know until we see it.
It is Giannis' team.
Ooh.
If you think you better ask Giannis to play second fiddle to Bam, you got your fucking mind. And you might as well go ahead and relinquish your GM spot, Pat, and go ahead and step down as a head coach and Eric. Like, you out your fucking mind. You don't give up all that and be like, yeah, you play second fiddle. No.
It's supposed to be a joint thing. 1A, 1B. Zay, come on. You know how this is supposed to go.
It's a clear 1 and 2. He's a clear Robin. It's a clear Robin.
Damn.
This ain't a 2 Batman situation. He's a clear Robin.
It can't be Batman and Superman.
Fuck no. No. What
man.
Batman and Superman averaged 20 when it was already 18?
It was Bam's team before he showed up, though.
Yeah, and now he just showed up like 6'9". Yeah, I took that shit. I stole that shit.
Wow.
Took that shit, cuz.
Not run up in your trap and take over your trap. That's some wild shit, bro.
You basically took that shit.
He basically said, "Look at me. I ain't the captain now."
In that accent too. Yep.
Oh man, that's crazy work, bro. That's wild, bro. Damn. And I didn't even get that far to think ahead like to that degree, but like, shit. Somebody going to eat a piece of humble pie, boy.
So look. This is what I imagine. This is how I imagine the dynamic being.
Talk to me.
I hope you know that Miami Heat just turned this shit into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Bam is Star-Lord. This is my ship. I'm the captain, and he's Thor. Like, yeah. Yeah. Sure it is.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm kidding. It's your ship. Of course.
That's what they just turned the shit into. And Mitchell was Fox. Like, he's Raccoon. He's Raccoon. Mitchell was Raccoon. Yeah, that's what they just turned the shit into. Bro. They're the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Nicely done, my guy. That is spot on perfect. Holy shit. He said, damn, bro, he called Bam Star-Lord. That's wild, bro.
He's Star-Lord. This is my ship.
I'm not mocking him.
Sure, buddy.
Sure, of course. I'm kidding. It's your ship. Of course. Oh, it's definitely gonna be must-see TV, man. I gotta see it, man. Especially if LeBron don't sign there, and if LeBron does sign there, it's really gonna be that much worse of a train wreck if you ask me. But you know, all I'm gonna say is teams are going to, hey, they're gonna be like the Mona tribe in the Black Panther. Mona tribe, shields up, and protect the paint, and force them fools to shoot. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of LeBron. One to the
Dumbass
left.
shit.
Shut up. What'd you say, bro?
That dumbass shit.
He's
can't
still
stand
cooking.
it.
He's still cooking with it though, bro.
I couldn't have been a coach, and he did that for the first time and hit that shit. I'm calling somebody, get your dumb ass out the game for falling for that. Get your dumb ass out the game.
How dare you besmirch the GM like that? You will get your ass fired. Just ask David
No,
Blatt.
no. I'm supposed to person guarding him.
Oh,
You fall for that shit. Time out. Get your dumb ass out the game.
I was
You just
about
fell
to
for
say.
that. Get your dumb ass out the game.
I'm trying to tell you, he's going left. Literally.
You ain't never seen a nigga in an NBA game look at the ball like stop it. Like
And he gets away with that shit so subtly, like even to this day. Like shit's hilarious, bro. Oh man, I appreciate the he says the dumbest shit ever. Sound like Eddie Murphy been complaining about Michael Jackson in the moonwalk. That shit funny as fuck. But hopefully, man, they can patch this shit up eventually, man. But I don't think we ain't gonna see no reunion tours featuring Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro back in Miami no time
Never.
soon, at least. Yeah, he said never. Ever? Never. But oh man, and while we're talking about shit that just gets real and it's on site or like out of sight, out of mind. Next one we got to talk about here is the Kawhi Leonard trade that may never will be or was. If you have not been paying attention, we were talking about Kawhi getting traded back to the Toronto Raptors for the second time in his career, and let's just say some extra shit came out from the league office, and the Raptors have officially put this damn thing on hold here because
what's really the NBA? It's really a league that put it on hold. Like they wouldn't finalize.
They
the
won't
trade.
sign off on it, right?
Yeah, they won't finalize it. So it's really the NBA putting it on hold. Not the Raptors want it, but the NBA basically was like, yeah, we not ratifying and putting it on hold until the investigation is done.
But they are on the record for saying that the Raptors basically were informed with that if they did push it through, they would be responsible for whatever like liabilities come out, as far as like penalization from Kawhi, which I don't know how the fuck that happens somehow, but if they do wind up like, trading for him and their conclusion like to that says like he's, liable for that shit that went down, they assume the penalties and then somehow the Clippers get the fuck away from that shit. Like, I don't know how that happens, but I digress. But yeah, league offices put this on hold, man. You think there's some shit really going on with this shit, man? Because like for them to hit the brakes on that abruptly, how you feeling about it, brother?
I don't know. Like, if it is, Ballmer need to be kicked out the fucking league and they need to be put up for sale again. Like, because he was the one that was hedging this. His name was over that shell company. Him and a friend of his. So if that's the case, so be it. You guys can't stop, but at the same time, you can't stop these guys from getting endorsements. And if you wanna, he's the NBA's Al Davis. If you ain't trying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Like, so. I really don't care. At the end of the day, they millionaires fighting over $1 million. It doesn't affect me none. But if the Raptors got to assume any type of financial responsibility for it, yeah, I'm not doing it. But we've been knowing about this for 2 years now. This isn't anything new.
Nope.
So I don't know why it's just now coming back up again now. We know why, but because he got traded. But this is nothing new. Nothing new. They've been talking about this.
But why so long, bro? This shit's been going on now for over a year. We still don't have no resolution on this here. And yeah, I'm actually looking it up right now. They're saying that it's more so the Raptors are basically like, nah, we need to see what happens with this shit before we go through with this. But how do you feel if you're some of those guys that got traded from Toronto in this thing, and now it's like being suspended at this point, man? Do you say it's crash out like how Lamar Odom did at this point?
Nah, like it's part of the game. Bi know the deal, and I think Bi would rather be in L.A. than Toronto anyway. So he hoping that everything fine. So nah, like I think they could. It's a part of the game, kind of like this situation really it hasn't happened before, but
Right.
you know people being traded, people being moved. It's a part of the NBA. It's a part of the league, and that's never gonna stop. Like you here today, gone tomorrow. So you know, it's a lot of people that have been talking about. Oh, I found out I got traded on the ticker. I didn't even get a phone call from my GM yet. Like I didn't get a phone call from my agent before I got traded. So it's just the game that we play, or they play. So I hear Toronto's a cool city, but I think I would rather live in LA.
Nah,
Just
you
saying.
just don't want to. You just don't want a part of them winners up there in Toronto. You don't want to put no chains on them tires, brother.
Shit, we damn near had to do it this past year. So here in Columbus, my G. So
I mean, it could be worse. We could have been up north at Kalamazoo, but
yeah, so
but nah, you're right though. Nah, shit, nah. If you was here locally in Columbus, shit got ugly earlier this year. Shit, felt like I was about to go bobsledding out this bit.
you getting 16 inches in one night.
Fucking insane.
Pause.
Bro.
But yeah.
Woo! Ha! I hate it here. I hate the world we live in sometimes. and one point in time, I'd have let that shit slide. I feel like I need to pause that too, given the context of this shit. But but nah, man. I just it's always been something surrounding Kawhi Leonard. He's got to be the most controversial but silent superstar I've ever seen, bro. Just with like a bunch of like malarkey and shady shit going on and operating in the shadows without like no sort of like public appearance, bro. Like it's almost like he's like the most stoic villain like we've ever seen in regards to like dumb shit happening. But yeah, man. My bad, money. I haven't been able to like keep up totally on the chat as far as that goes. He's saying that Dennis Rodman. How y'all feel about Dennis Rodman saying that he could lock up Garbrandt and lock him up? We'll get to that here in a second. But I think that there's some legit shit that's going on. I don't know if I would say Ballmer's got to go, but because again, to your point that you just made, they are allowed to take endorsements. However, the underlying piece of that is there's clearly a conflict of interest, seeing that Steve Ballmer does have some financial and legal matter in this aspiration show company that we're talking about here that that was allegedly like up behind this as well too. But hey, if it's an endorsement, it's an endorsement. You know what I mean? Like, was there any bylaws in there that prevents a owner of a current team like being involved with a company like that, or is it just because of the fact that they're able to prove that
no, I think
he
it's
has
the
some
fact
ties to it?
no, I think it's the fact that it's not a real fucking company. That's
Well,
the
that
issue.
too.
And they're also in fraudulent like lawsuits outside of just this. Like
Yeah.
I really think that's the issue. It's like basically saying this is a company that really doesn't do anything. We're just gonna funnel extra money to you to keep you in LA. That's in essence going. That's a loophole behind the salary cap to incentivize people to sign with you, which you can't
Yeah.
do. Like it's okay. Like if you give them an endorsement, if you worked at so Palmer came from Microsoft. He used to be with Microsoft, but like you give them a Microsoft endorsement, no one's going to question Microsoft being a conglomerate, right? But if it's a fake ass company giving you $28 million and you never even spoke to someone from the company, it's a fucking issue. Like,
That's funny.
so like you didn't do one photo shoot, not nothing with them, just $28 million in your account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro. That's circumventing the salary cap.
It very much is. Money's funny every time I could do the accents. I'm like, yo, tutus, my word, fam. talking about that Canadian shit. I can't with you, bro. You're funny. But nah, man. Like this shit is just nasty. Because apparently, like they're even investigating it to the point where like whether the Clippers covered all those extra bonuses. Because there was rumors about him having like private jets and helicopters and all this other shit that was like done but apparently it may have been done and covered by the firm without reimbursement at all whatsoever, which makes this shit even more egregious. Because not only are you getting like paid like an endorsement, you getting like all types of extra perks and shit. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, woo. Like, if they want to find them liable, that is going to have serious fallout and blowback, bro. Like, and again,
Yeah.
the fact that the league is saying that the whoever like trades for this dude can inherit those penalties. I don't get how that fucking happens. The team that's trading for him didn't commit the fucking violations. The team committed the violations. And whoever was like in that room that signed the contract. Now how the fuck do like that's like somebody like trading in a car, right? And the negative equity getting transferred to another party. They ain't got shit to do with the deal. Like it was your debt to begin with. How the fuck do you transfer debt to somebody else like that? Like make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to like get back into work mode with that, but it just smells. But for them to still be continuing investigating this shit, bro, like. But a bigger thing, what the fuck is gonna happen with the Clippers, dog? Like they went. Just think about this. 2 years ago, they had Westbrook, Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi on the same team, and now it's like everybody is Zubac too. If you want to throw him in there, everybody is gone 2 years later, including now. Well. They still have Kawhi, but they're clearly trying to find a way to pack his ass up and get him the fuck up out of there. But
Zubac is the Indy, right?
he's in Indy now.
So
Remember that was the whole thing, like with the pick and shit, right? Or if I'm thinking about another situation,
trying to think. Yeah,
because wasn't that the reason why with the Clippers finishing as high as they did because of that trade?
Yep. That's why.
I remember we was talking about that.
Yeah, that's how they still have. Yeah, but that's why they got the Pacers pick.
Mm-hmm.
So
only for all this shit to be crumbling down here at the
like,
last.
why would you
minute.
not protect a pick in this draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you made the trade years ago and you didn't know what this was gonna be. Like you made the trade this season. Middle of this season, you knew what was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew that Tyrese, like, bro, it's a possibility that they could have had that and then try to trade up an extra spot and got like Caleb. And been like him, Caleb, and Zubac.
Yeah.
They would have had 3.
Yeah.
It's fucking frustrating because
the cost of
those
doing
3 is gonna be
business.
stars. Superstars.
That they are. Nasty work at its finest. But I got a good question for you, man. Because obviously the Raptors, they're kind of stuck in limbo. But if you, given there's a chance that say you do trade for him, you could inherit whatever penalties that may come from this shit. If you were the Raptors running this shit, is Kawhi Leonard worth the moving forward, or do you just drop the shit altogether?
Basketball wise, for what they're trying to do, yes, he is. But I don't know if he's worth the penalty. I have to see what the penalty is. If it's like a $200,000 fine, he worth that. He worth that.
But we're talking about like forfeiture of like draft picks and all types of, like
if it's forfeit, even if they said you got to forfeit 3 second-round picks, I'll do it.
Okay, that's slow shit. I'm talking like if you about to get hit in the nuts, we're talking like surrendering
if
like
you're talking about
3
first-round picks, no, he's not at this point because he's 36. He's not worth that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I gave up a draft pick to get him. Like, only way you can do it, you got to rework that trade. Like, like Clippers, I got to pay for that shit. Y'all giving me these picks. Y'all giving me y'all's pick for him. Like, y'all out y'all's damn mind. Like,
damn, Daniel.
Somebody giving up picks. Somebody giving up these three. Somebody giving them up, bro.
Shit, how many more they got? They can't have that many more. Shit.
You better go crate one somehow. Make it happen.
Oh, not Smokey's mouth. Make it enough.
Yep.
God damn, that's tough. Now we're gonna see what happens with the Kawhi Leonard shit, man. But that is enough for NBA talk. We got about to hit the final segment here, and obviously we got to talk about our beloved game that we're having so much fun playing with right now. Shout out to both our Gulag and OG Dynasties. I just, on behalf of the Chris Logic podcast, I'm sorry I ain't got enough cheese to go with some of this wine that's,
It's
lacking
been a
cheese.
lot of wine. I lost today, and I'm not even whining. I just simply put. I'm making my list. Motherfuckers want to talk?
Oh,
Cool.
shit.
Cause I got something for your ass.
Oh, shit. Ooh.
Dante Moore, it's almost like it's something in the game where this nigga just don't make the throws you supposed to. And I'll figure it out. I got Oregon. I shouldn't have lost today. I beat myself. But there ain't no excuses. We here. I'm 3-1. And we gonna get it right. Y'all gonna see me in the playoffs. I ain't worried about it. Don't even worry about
it. My boy said, "Oh yeah, this ain't over, motherfuckers."
Don't even worry about it, boss.
I love it. I just love
because the way that it is, the way that guy worked. Notre Dame, I will see you round 1.
Oh, not Notre Dame, bro. But he got to get past somebody else, before he comes see you, though. The
so
ACC will run through Miami. We gonna see.
Look, we rivals, money, so you got to pay that price anyway. So you just collateral. You just a little collateral damage.
Hey, nobody ain't tell your ass to go join the West Coast Bad Boys. The fuck you mean? You had a clear choice to stay at your beloved, stay right up there. Was it East Lansing? You could have stayed at home and been up there, but no, you wanted the bright lights. You wanted to be like Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, Trojans. You know what I'm saying? The men of Troy. Nah, man, I got to deal with that shit. No. Nah, bro, you deserve whatever happens to your ass. Go on, like you clearly had a chance to get away from this fool, but nope. You could have joined the Tank Conference, but nah, you chose to stay in the Big Ten. You stay up there. Y'all are more than welcome to it. But nah. Before we get to more like Dynasty talk, we gotta talk about the fact that major victory for the college football 27 community. Because obviously there was a lot of pushback about the microtransactions being in the game in regards to not just Ultimate Team, but being involved with Dynasty with leveling up the coaches and also paying to level up you guys in Road to Glory and all that. But is that your thoughts after EA responds by removing the microtransactions from the modes? But do you think this? Is this an official win, or do you think there's a looming nightmare that we may face in the future with this?
Oh, this is just a kicking of the can down the road. That shit could be right back in the game next year. And we know it's coming. And they didn't give us exactly what we wanted. They basically said, "Here, shut up." Like they didn't put fastest back in the game, but they renamed it in faster and put that as the fastest.
And it was an insult.
Yeah,
that shit casual. That was such a fucking insult.
Yeah, so what is it? Career? What's it called? What did they label it as? Career?
It was career, simulation, and then casual.
Yeah, so I'm like, nah. They took a jab at the casual, and then they removed the microtransactions from Road to Glory, but didn't put the ability for us to be able to progress faster and that as well. So it was a slap in the face still, but people gonna look at it as like a win. But I don't see the purpose of having microtransactions in an offline game mode. I know we have online Dynasty, but it's not. When I mean offline, it's not MUT. It's not cut. It's not Ultimate Team. It's not a pay to pay. Like I can't pay to make my team better. They want you to pay to make your coach better, which in essence could have made your team better, but at the same time you can disable it and not have it allowed in there, and then you just have to progress at slow pace.
Oh,
boy.
A
lot of people don't play. Some people do make it to 25 seasons and 30 seasons. That's not realistic for large online dynasties. That's going to do anywhere from 5 to 10 to 12 years. So I think we did 7 or 8 in the OG, and I think we did 13 in the Gulag last year. So Yeah.
Also, due to us having a couple of anchors, which that'll be another conversation for another day. But no hashtag, no anchors.
Get that hashtag going, Discord. Get that hashtag going, chat.
No anchors. That's right, buddy. And y'all know, and you know who I are. He said, "Yeah, your money, you collateral." Unfortunately, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Pretty much. But but nah, man. Like I wasn't a fan of that at all. Like I hated that. You saw like right when the news broke about it being in the game, I was pretty much like, look, man, we ain't taking no votes, bro. We're not doing this shit. Like we are not allowing guys to pay to upgrade their coaches, and we're just not doing that shit. Now I wasn't in love with the fact either that it was still stuck on like normal, slow, and slowest. Like, yeah, we got the casual shit, but I just feel that's still like a slap in the face on what it could be. Because it now I will say this. I am embracing the grind and I'm appreciating being able to learn the game without the perks being in there right now because there is definitely like a learning curve with this one versus last one. And I'm saying it now and I will continue to say it. We got to continue to get better, fellas. Some of y'all like whining because you ain't getting your basic shit off and all that. You got to find ways to work and find ways to, to win. Get in the lab, get in practice mode, go, play online against people. You got to find ways to keep working and keep developing, man. There's ways to win on here against a computer, even on Heisman. You just gotta, get in your bag and figure it out. But all the tricks that you had towards the end of 26, you do not have the superpowers right now. You must find your chi, you must find your key, whatever. But it's going to come with due time. But no, I'm glad that they took the shit out because it needed to go. It just didn't make any sense at all to begin with, because like how most people have compared it to the obvious example when it comes to microtransactions in NBA 2K, this ain't 2K. Like, it's just not the same thing where you can just drop drop money into a build and just like be like that dude. Like, even then you have to like drop it into it and grind up still, but like just to be able to do that, and you're still going to struggle in some instances because you don't have certain things unlocked as well. So, looking forward to seeing how the rest of these things progress. But I'm glad that they listened to the community. But I'm about like you. They still got an NIL bill to pay, and this was supposed to be a part of their way to like, get that shit like back or whatnot. So yeah.
My thing is like, Cut has to be getting that back. Has to.
And that's what I would have thought at least,
like,
right?
Because I've been playing Cut, and I'm playing against. I played 3-on-3 with me and my two of my boys.
No.
Bro, we going against teams that have nothing but 85 overall cards, bro. Like, bro, y'all paying for this shit. Paying for it. Like, and I refuse to put money into it. Like, into Cut. Like,
Cut, no. Especially not this early anyway.
And what I mean by collateral money, we conference rivals. So you want the hit list every single year, my boy. So you just collateral. That's it. It ain't like you haven't beat me before over the last 2 years. Like, you just collateral, bro.
Well, money, the funny thing is, like, and I'm not taking no jabs at it. And it ain't just guys that don't play or that haven't played college football that are frustrated with the game. It's some of our own brethren.
Hey, I get frustrated with the game. I just get back in the lab and I lost today. So what did I do? I was like, I'm going to try a different playbook. I went on Rose of the CFP. I ripped off 4 fucking wins. I'm like, all right, I got a new playbook now. Let's line it up. Line that shit up. Like, that's what happened today, bro. Like, I lost today. Didn't feel right about it. I was like, something else got to change, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Low key, I was low key to the point that I was just like, hey, man, we might have to go with a custom fucking playbook because something ain't right. But I was like, nah, let me just find something.
I'm about to say, oh.
So, and I found it. So, and I found what I'm gonna use. So, I'm good now, bro.
I was about to say, not say being broken, nah, man. Come on, bro.
Oh, it ain't broken. Just like, it's like I want to get into my bag, and like, and I know ways I want to go, but it's like certain playbooks missing like that 1 or 2 thing. Like this one missing one thing, but it got something else. It's just like, yeah, that worked. But yeah, so my Hawk is gone. So my Hawk is gone, but I got something else to replace it. So don't get too happy that the Hawk is gone because this a motherfucker too. So
yeah, nah, no doubt. I hear that. And to answer your question, money, I I can't give away the sauce. All I'm gonna say is get in the lab, keep working. There's a method to the madness. Keep working. Cause I got my run game together. Let's just say that I'm Gucci.
My run game would be a lot better with Oregon if the speed of my backs was better. So that's got to improve this. It's got to improve. Like they just can't hit the hole the way I want to.
Oh man, yeah. I know you
like
lead back.
It works. It works with my small school because 88 speed running back at North Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He can get to that second level and make some shit happen.
Yep.
But when you're going against top 10 programs, it ain't the same, bro. It is not the same.
Nah, boy, Texas, which I'm mad I found out a few things after I played my Texas game and would have gave me a chance, but I found out some shit too
Texas
late.
defense is like low key cheating.
Oh,
bro! If you know about their defense and what they got,
shit.
Like, they don't got the overall, but they got Simmons on that edge, and they got Biles from Columbus, Ohio, in that linebacker spot, transfer from Pitt, number 3. That he a motherfucker in this game, boy. He a motherfucker. So, yeah.
Yeah, we know some of us know about Wolfram Ray she referencing, but Texas, man, Texas has got a hell of a defense, bro. I literally
Money, you don't know what formation I'm talking about. Cause I if you know what formation, you just on. Cause I ain't talked about the formation with nobody. I ain't even told him what playbook it is.
I got you.
But it's a motherfucker. So you might know, but it's a motherfucker. So
we're gonna see, man. We definitely got some more. As a matter of fact, I'm sure after we wrap up now, we gotta get ready to get some games knocked out the way and get shit moving, and get shit shaking. So, but I'm glad they removed the microtransactions, and I'm looking forward, man. It's still early with college football, man. It's gonna be a lot of like ups and downs, man. But gotta get through these first seasons, man. Get to level 10 and let the alchemy begin from there.
Yeah.
So. But nonetheless, man, but shoot, we're going to get ready to call it a wrap on that note, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us here on this Sunday evening, man. Again, apologies for the technical mishaps. Hopefully we don't have that moving forward, and hopefully we'll have the chat rocking the way that we're supposed to. Yeah, really, it sounds nice, bruh. It really sounds nice, man, but just
you got to show us.
Yeah. Because, it's and remember, it's a rivalry game, sir, so there's a lot of implications and a lot of shit riding on that, man. So, but let's just say, you can call me French Montana, because I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. Got the Molly and Aquafina. Got you bad just with me. I ain't worried about nothing. You got Ruley. Nah, they won't touch me. I ain't worried about nothing.
Ridiculous.
I love his spirit, though, man. He said it's going to be different. He said he is here to collect his checks, brother. I love it. But on that note, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. Welcome y'all to the grand closing of the episode. Again, we appreciate our boys rocking with us, man, and tuning in and keeping the chat rolling in the midst of the technical difficulties, man. We made it to the finish line. We should be back on schedule here relatively soon. Stay tuned for updates. This Thursday, we'll have a altered time slot here, so we may be going a little bit earlier than usual. We will try to have that information out to everybody as soon as possible so we can get everything in place here. But again, be sure to like, follow, subscribe to the Chris Logic Podcast because the road to 100 episodes continue as number 68 is in the books and 69 will be this Thursday, barring no technical setbacks. Yeah, no. But Zay, you got anything for the folks before we get up out of here and enjoy the rest of our Sunday evening?
Nah, continue to rock with us as we rock with you guys. Continue to push the movement. It looked like we was about a consistent number today. Let's look to grow that in the future. Appreciate the participation as always, fellas. Money, Rudy, dedicated watchers, and so I appreciate you guys more than you guys know. And let's continue to push the movement and go for greatness. That's all.
No, and I say no more, man. We leave it at that. And this has been another session being live with Frost and Zay here on the Chris Logic Podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we will see y'all this Thursday. Stay tuned for all social media outlets for an update for the exact time of this upcoming week's episode. Peace and love. Y'all be safe out there. We're going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.